Hi friends, let's take a look at Tezos. Tezos versus the dollar, Tezos versus the Ethereum, Tezos versus the Bitcoin. Starting off here with Tezos versus Bitcoin. Sticking the 24-hour chart on so we can see exactly where we are. I mean, of course, this 2-day chart, you can see, you can see the that we've came down here and there is the potential for this to have evolved into a descending broadening wedge. Now, I've only ever really called it the potential for it. Really, it was just theoretical, talking about how these things can go if the markets move against you in the face of what we'd already kind of, I'd already kind of given everybody my opinion about it, and you could tell various things, like even just the images I was using in the thumbnails alone, for example. So what have we done so far, though, really, in terms of the 2 days? We haven't actually cracked this previous high over here, which means that we're putting in the potential for, of course, hidden bearish divergence. But looking over here at the daily time frame, you can see that, we're coming in here, and there's no reason to get sort of scared about that quite yet. And I would like to see us be able to push past this 2077 mark, or actually 20,770. But we've not really been able to do that quite yet. Okay, so that's fair enough. We just need to do that. If we pull back down the way I want to see us putting in a higher low, the fact of the matter is, though, actually, really, when we're looking at this, that we've got a lower high over here. And if we fail to do it, move up past it, then of course this becomes hidden bearish divergence, right? And this has been the story across the board. This is the same signal that you're seeing on Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, and Tezos today. This is not unusual. This is across the board. This is across the markets. This is a real thing. However, Tezos has been actually a decent performing coin. As I look here on the charts, you can see on the right-hand side that we've got some green here, 3% up against Ethereum, 2% up against Bitcoin, and a percent up against the dollar. Whereas looking up the way, you can see Link, crap, Ethereum, crap, the dollar, the Bitcoin, crap. Looking down the way at other things, you've got the SPY, the Dow, crap. You've got Ethereum Classic, mostly crap, and then a scattering of different performing coins, throughout the markets. And then you've got the US dollar, which is ever so slightly up versus the JPY, but down versus the euro. And of course, that's where we are right now in the markets. But this here is the potential for hidden bearish divergence. I'm not going to say that that's the case because it's very much premature, and we'll wait and see how the markets actually evolve over the next wee while. But that's the key thing to be looking out for, and of course these prices. Now, in terms of the 4-hour, looking at this is a lot more positive than looking over here at the 24-hour. As you can see, this looks like we're just, not really quite doing it quite yet. It's not quite happening. But if we close above this, good. 4-hour, up here looking at this and saying, will we manage to close it? An hour and 9 minutes left on this one. So when this episode gets published, you'll be able to make this assessment for yourself in around about those times. Can we stay above this zone and perhaps move towards the top side? Very, very good potential when you're looking at the VPVR, for example, here, to just kind of come up towards our next line. Thereafter, Tezos, of course, paying us back for some patience at this point. But we can move all of our moves into our stops into profit and stuff like that if you want to, be safe, because that would be recommended, of course, as always. As you can see, the prices managed to come up as high as $2.45 here. The high today, $2.4578, just where we saw the VPVR kick back in at. And, we didn't quite get the full sort of golden pocket retrace. Maybe we would if I'd drawn that in body to body. I'm not too sure. I don't really care. And we've not done it yet. It's how I'm looking at it. And then we came back down and we see the node kicking back in again, just at where we straddle in this here, as you can see on the prices. As I zoom out and put all of this price action in, you can see the VPVR giving us a nice lovely hug there on the top side and low side of the price action, right? So do you see how that's affecting it? I don't think I need to spell that out for you. An image says 1,000 words. Let's just hope to see that we can actually push into that area now, on past this. Now this is the potential to boil out as in the wash as a bearish engulfing candle. Going up towards the 24-hour time frame, though, you can see that that's very much not the case. It's just looking a little bit more doji-esque in terms of this indecision at this point. We've got the 50% here. Can we take that out and stay above 340? That would be the ideal. But of course, we're ways above the 213 point, which of course still remains the case that if we want to come in for a higher low, we could even see the prices go back down as far as that. We're talking about a 10% drop down in prices, so that'd be a tradable event. And of course, you can manage your risk with regards to that in whatever way that you really want to currently. And that would be fine. And let me just show you as a quick example of kind of where we've come from up to this point here and where we are now in terms of staying above $2.33 is actually, much more significant than the fact that we got pushed back down from 240 if we're going to be talking about things in terms of medium-term trends, right? So then moving on towards, same story with divergence, by the way, same story. Moving on to, as you can see here, that's been on the charts for ages. You've all been watching along. It is. That's the case. That 252 is really the key area, and that we're just kind of trying to get there at the minute. Again, that's all fine. Over here versus Ethereum, though, look at that as well. I've had these two lines kind of straddling the price action recently. This is, we're seeing it, we're in these areas. I don't need to explain this too much detail. It's already been explained a bunch of times, but movements past 0.0062 are going to be, or 63 is going to be good for us. Staying above the sort of 59 area, of course, is very good for us as well. Let's see how we can do, but let's bear in mind the fact that we are lower than our previous high over here, where the RSI has come up higher. If we get rejected from the neutral line, then there's a degree of course, hidden bearish divergence, but we'll not get too carried away with all these things. As I said, these things have still got to kind of play out with time. Of course, the ADX is above 20, is above 20. It's below 25, but it's above 20, and we have a crossover here. Here's the potential for some sort of positivity should we see these things kind of, get a bit of turnaround and diverge away from each other. Of course, this never goes smoothly. As you can see, it never really, there's times when it looks kind of smooth, but never goes as smooth as that. So let's not get carried away and get ahead of ourselves, but that's kind of what we're looking for, clearly, with regards to the price action right now with Tezos. Thanks so much for tuning in. Really do appreciate it, by the way. Always do. If you get enough value from these episodes that you feel like hitting that join button and sending some value back the way for a tip, so that I can go out and have a cup of coffee once a month on your behalf, that's great. I'd appreciate it massively, of course. But if you can't afford to do that and you're not up to it, that's fine. Just go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I'd be happy enough with that. And then as well, thanks so much for tuning in. And if you have got value from this episode, then why not share it with your friends so that they can get that value too? It's dead easy. And remember, a friend of yours is a friend of mine. My name's been Rocky Outcrop, so it's dead easy to find me on YouTube. It's just simply youtube.com/Rocky Outcrop. There you go. And I'll catch you next time. Rocky Outcrop for 100% quality technical analysis. All the best. See you then.